They rent apartments in Dubai. They rent expensive cars. They do all those renting just to show off. Oh yeah, look what I got. Look where I am. I'm so high society. Hi, welcome back to the castle. We will learn something new today, as always. We will learn something about a city, and I'm very, very sure you heard about it. I have a specific opinion about that city, and let's see what Geopold will explain us about Dubai. Hopefully, is the Dubai chocolate trend already there when he record? Oh no, it's a year ago. I don't think we will see Dubai chocolate, but yeah, let's just go in and see what we can learn today. All right, here's the video. We're starting strong.
Opens their arms to anyone.
I have nothing but good things to say about Dubai.
It's no longer the American dream, it's the Dubai dream.
Oh boy, I hope they don't hurt themselves.
Dubai, the shining beacon of our future as humans, the land of modernistic infrastructure, traditional values, and prosperity for all.
It looks absolutely insane. Look at that light pollution. You can't. It looks like the sun is going up right now, but it's just the city light.
Or an artificial wasteland crawling with blatant corruption, desperate degenerates.
Oh wait, I wanted to read that. I'm sorry.
Corruption, desperate.
Warning: do not read this story unless you have a strong stomach. Oh yeah, I heard about the porta potty girls. I heard about that. There was like a YouTuber who made a video about it. It was very well researched and very, very concerning.
Degenerates, more unpaid workers than America had in the 1860s, and mind-numbingly moronic infrastructure.
Holy, that is there? That looks like a miracle.
Like,
so many
tell
cars.
me why
I don't even know how to drive there.
the city center is literally Spaghetti Junction, bruv. Just come to Birmingham instead, man, I'm telling you. So I know this video might come across a bit critical and mean, so I'm gonna...
As it should be. Like I said, I said I have opinion. I have an opinion about Dubai. It's not the best, but we will see what Geopold has about it.
Start off by listing 5 things I like about Dubai.
Okay. Porque convenient nether portal. Oh, wait, it's a statue. And he put the... I don't know if it has to be that big. Arguing over who invented the tea. Dubai drinking places and invaders. I don't know what that, but I don't understand those memes. That one Top Gear episode where Hammond pulverized people like a chip. Oh, I see his opinion about it. I see his opinion about it already.
If you know anything about Dubai, you probably think the main issues are its human rights violations or the terrible infrastructure or something along those lines.
Look at
but I
that. It's so
personally
bad.
believe there's something a million times worse lurking in the shadows of this shiny dystopian city, that being cringe influencers. Now, I think some of these upper class spoiled Dubai YouTubers must have spent...
Funny thing, there's a group of... I'm sorry, I was snacking something. Do you have a snack too? If not, get one. And come back. Funny thing, there is a group... I'm pretty sure English influencers do that too. There's a group of 15-ish German influencers who all pretend to have a rich lifestyle. But what they do is they rent apartments in Dubai. They rent expensive cars. They do all those renting just to show off. Oh yeah, look what I got. Look where I am. I'm so high society. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't puke out your snack that I wanted you to get. Did you get it?
as much time
But
in
it's so
school
cringed.
as the migrant workers'
It's
kids
so
do,
cringe.
that being 0 hours, because they do not know anything of value. I mean, there's slop and then there's this.
We're back with another crazy video. Yes, today we're going to the world's most expensive perfume.
Another breed of Dubai influencers are the porta potties. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't really go into this one too deeply, both because of YouTube's guidelines and my mental health.
So to keep it hopefully to as friendly, a porta potty is usually a girl. I'm pretty sure there are males who do that probably too, if the money is good enough. They're being invited by very rich Dubai people. I don't know how to Emirates. I don't know how to say it, so I will say Dubai people. To like go on a yacht, have a party. I think one had to quote unquote. I think one of the reports that the YouTuber exposed, like had to quote unquote play with a dog. I don't mean playing, okay? I don't mean playing, not the regular stuff like that, or having fun with a fish, or having 20 men, you know, like very, very concerning things, getting a good amount of money for it. But some of them were traumatized after that experience, of course. And you could now blame them to accept something like that, but sometimes they didn't even know. And they got the flight booked, they got a nice hotel, and then they just did whatever the people wanted. And sometimes it was even worse than 20 men, a fish, and a dog. So yeah, it is very concerning, and I hope it will stop. But I know humans, so probably sadly will not.
But essentially we're talking female Instagram models, usually from poorer backgrounds, that flex that Dubai life, whilst behind the scenes they've been employed to commit some of the most disgusting, degenerate acts known to man. This is shockingly common for a city that based alpha males like to claim has strict traditional values. Like, okay bro, I'm sure Sonia, who got flown out from Moldova in first class by some old oil-rich Emirati, is really in Dubai to uphold modest, sinless religious values. Yeah.
And that is also the funny thing, because the religion there is that females have to be pure and discreet and covered up completely. But what the males do over there, monka. Just monka.
Also, if we're talking like core religious values, it's funny how the entire point of charity and helping out the less fortunate completely flies out of the window when we're talking about migrant slums full of Nepalese workers, you know? It's also
so
interesting that in the UAE, it's absolutely haram to drink wine or beer or whiskey, but when it comes to inhaling butane, now that's all good blood. I guess they really just love fossil fuels that much.
Oh
and of
my
course,
God.
I couldn't forget all the mainstream Western influencers who go to Dubai and get paid off by Daddy Zayed to showcase the blood.
True. Some even were booked to come to Dubai and like say how nice it is. And you get like a working license and being supported so quickly if you have a following. But you have to sign that you cannot talk at all badly about Dubai. So it is very concerning, and that with that way they want to lure in people that like think it's really nice over there. And one of the most hilarious arguments was, if a woman said that. A woman said, "Oh, it's so nice here. I feel so safe. It's very, very safe. There's a low criminal rate, stuff like that." Do you know why? Because every meter there's a camera. And it's highly observed. So of course nobody does anything, because they will just be spotted right away, because the observation of the population over there, specifically in that city, extremely high. It's so bad.
money-funded attractions in 4K. Honestly, I wouldn't care about this too much if these same exact celebrities didn't pretend like they're all progressive and forwards thinking.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
Rami Slimani. I know that guy. He's one of those funny guys that just rent an apartment there a little bit and then show, oh yeah, look at me, I'm rich.
For example,
And
Will
scamming his
Smith
audience,
and the
by the way.
YouTube channel Yes Theory, both staunch vocal supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement. Surely that means by principle they should be resolutely opposed to any form of slavery, since that's the root cause of this social issue they obviously care about. Well, take a look at this.
So I'm always in Dubai, but a friend of mine told me I had to check out this pool.
One of the most unique scuba diving experiences of your life.
They've both heavily promoted this pool on their large YouTube platforms. I do have a sneaky suspicion they might have been paid off by the tourism board, since they've linked the state.
I'm a little bit sad about Yes Theory because I really like those guys. But of course I don't know the intention of it, so I will not judge too harsh on it right now. Since they also do really nice other work and support smaller groups of people and stuff like that, and like want to see how the people really are in some countries.
Run YouTube channel, but I'm not going to throw out claims I can't completely substantiate. This attraction is meant to be the deepest pool in the world. Personally, I think looks tacky and artificial, a bit like the rest of Dubai. Will Smith's video has 25 million views, 1 million likes. Okay, imagine the amount of people he has brought into this silly pool, which on average costs 200 quid entry. We're talking big money.
Jesus Christ.
Generated for the owners of this establishment. So I thought I'd have a quick look at who owns and who built this pool.
Yeah,
Right. It's your boy Osama bin Laden's family's construction empire. Hey, yo, what the? Which now is owned by the Saudi Crown Prince.
A very small group of people have so much power over there.
Construction LLC is also responsible for ugly pieces of stupid shit such as the Dubai Frame, Al Faisalia Tower Riyadh, Global Village Dubai, villas in the...
It doesn't even look good. What is that? It looks like when I stomped on it, then it just folds a little bit, but then it usually breaks apart. But this is... I don't know what to say. I don't really know. It doesn't even look good. I'm so sorry.
Sky Riyadh, even Kuala Lumpur Airport. My God, it's beautiful. But remember what I was saying about Will Smith and Yes Theory being resolutely, completely opposed to the types of practices they were employing in cotton fields in America in the 1600s, right? Well, you wouldn't be able to guess the types of practices that Bin Laden construction is employing in the current day, could you? Here's an example to give you an idea. In 2017, a group of foreign workers, probably Nepalese or Bangladeshi, weren't paid for 6 months. Their wages were already
they worked in really harsh working environments, and I think a lot of them sadly didn't make it, to keep it US friendly.
around $4 a day in one of the world's most expensive countries, leaving them with no way to ever fly back home. And on top of that, they most likely had their passports taken at the border and were effectively locked into slum housing, surrounded by
basically
armed guards
slavery.
who
I'm sorry.
escort them to work every day. Oh, and this is all in 45-degree heat. So rightfully, they were a bit annoyed when they didn't even get
were
paid,
not able to
and
make
protested
it
this
through the
at
heat.
the bus depot, where they usually crammed into blacked-out shiny coaches to prevent rich city dwellers from seeing the disgusting sight of lower class.
It's so bad. This should be spread more. But sadly, the power is also very strong. It is very huge to go against that.
Humans. The protest was dispersed pretty quickly, and in return, they were not paid. Instead, sentenced to 4 months in prison, and I quote, 300 lashes in public. And you'd think Will Smith would be specifically appalled by such practices, since he literally last year starred in a very emotive, harrowing film centered around being a slave who was whipped extremely severely. But no, he's literally generating money for a company that 100% proven whips slaves lives. I genuinely think Dubai has the highest hypocrisy per capita of any place in the world. So maybe keep all that stuff in mind next time you see an influencer in Dubai wailing that they're morally better than you because they made a deep video and carbon offset their flights. So influencers aside,
I have to say those carbon offset stuff is also just they buy certificates. Like companies do that too, okay? Don't get me wrong. Companies do that too. Companies do that a lot. So if a company says that it was like it was produced carbon free, it just means that they bought certificates. And those certificates say that in specific regions on the planet where trees were planted, but you have no control system, nobody's checking on it. There's no. Maybe there are companies like that plant the trees, which would be really, really good, but you never know. And companies just buy those certificates and get like a free card to promote their products even better, or to put like the content even better, stuff like that. Why do you do that to yourself? I'm not meaning you, but I mean humanity.
I just want to make it clear how I feel about Dubai's infrastructure and architecture.
Holy, it looked so it's so cringe, dude.
And yes, Americans, before you all start crying, I am very qualified to talk about and critique car-centric infrastructure. I live in Birmingham, UK, and I can say for certain my hometown and Dubai share some similarities. Ugly, grey, dirty, smelly, inconvenient, noisy, boring.
Oh my lord.
Just in Dubai, there's also a chance that you might get caught up in a traffic jam of doo-doo trucks, since the Burj Khalifa doesn't have an adequate sewer system, leading to this advanced method of transportation. I bet that smells great bubbling away in the 50-degree heat. I think Dubai's infrastructure projects can be perfectly summarized by the world. A cluster of man-made islands in the shape of a world map sounds like a great idea. Well, for starters, I think this kid from earlier drew up the map actually, because what the f is this? I do like how they solved the Balkan conflicts by just removing all countries apart from Greece and placing Syria as a border between Greece and Turkey. Problem solved. I also love the addition of Greenland's 24 internal countries. Good to finally see some educated mapping out here. So, after absolutely obliterating any natural environments by dredging all surrounding sand into these stupid islands 20 years ago, they were basically meant to be turned into little authentic cultural showcases. But they started sinking. That's because normally islands aren't just piles of sand. Islands are meant to just be bits of the seabed that are above the sea level, also known as land, which also conveniently provides actual foundations to build stuff on. Pure sand, on the other hand, doesn't love staying in the same place. As you can
Wait, you're such an advanced... There are a lot of people that get a lot of money for stuff like that, and they don't know? They don't know that you can't build a house just on sand? Boy. That's something I didn't know, that they did those islands. I didn't know that. So that's hilarious. I thought the people there are at least smart, but not even the people that live there or like work for the construction who get that money are smart.
See from the shifting of desert dunes or the massive amount of sandstorms which happen every year in Dubai. So these islands have been left empty and abandoned to this day, apart from one or two that have been completed in order to ship influencers there to make the project look like a success. Realistically, having spent $15 billion making some big sand piles, the world...
Imagine what you could do with $15 billion, how many people you could help, how many hospitals and schools you could build, how many houses for people you could build. Like it's insane that it's just dumped into the ocean, literally dumped into the ocean. Oh God, please get some help, please. What is that?
Islands have been a big strain on the infrastructure budget, have soured public perception of Dubai, have had terrible effects on the natural environment. Please don't cut to so-called environmentally friendly yes theory, spreading propaganda about the world islands being awesome.
Like this dreamy paradise place.
This is not a yes theory hit piece, by the way. I do like some of their videos. I
Yeah.
think so many
They do make really good videos, but that is just a no.
so-called influencers don't really practice what they preach, including me. So if any rich Emiratis trying to fly Geopod out and show me why I'm wrong about Dubai and how beautiful luxury life is, just hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah, I wonder if they ever could that. I wonder if they ever could sugarcoat it, because it is happening. It is there, and it's to this day it's still happening. We just sometimes don't see it because it's not exposed. Of course it's not exposed because they don't want it to. It's very, very sad. I hope humanity will get a turn. Thank you for watching for today. What are your opinions about Dubai? What do you think about the Dubai chocolate? It was a huge trend, right? But for now, please stay safe outside. Please drink some water. I see you tomorrow on stream. And I wish you a lovely day. Bye-bye.